LeRoy Veterinarian Clinic, interviewing Drs. Elise and John Sirabasi. How long have you held your current position?
I started in 1984, so it's been about 3.5 years.
Yeah, I came here in December of '85, so it's been just about 2 years. I came over from Liberty. I was working there for a while when I came here.
How did you become interested in this field?
I started when I was in about 7th grade, I guess it was. We had pets when I was young, and science background in my family. Both parents have been involved with science, aunts and uncles involved with science. It was something, I guess, that I just sort of got interested in through exposure.
Myself, I was always interested in science when I was in high school, biology, that sort of thing, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do related to that until I got into about my second year of college and became interested in veterinary medicine through a friend. And the more I looked into it, the more I appreciated it and liked it. And I did some work originally with pets and then got more interested in doing horse work and cows, and just developed from there.
What training, experience, and education was necessary, and where was it obtained?
We both went to the University of Illinois, College of Veterinary Medicine. It's a 4-year program. You get a degree in Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, or DVM. The requirements are at least 2 years of training at the college level, and most people get a college degree. In other words, 4 years of schooling before they enter veterinary school. Myself, I went to school, undergrad, college at Southern Illinois University for 2 years, and then University of Illinois for 2 years, and then University of Illinois College of Veterinary Medicine.
And I went 3 years undergraduate with pre-veterinary curriculum as biochemistry, but I didn't get a full degree in biochemistry. And I got into vet school.
Because she's intelligent, she got accepted after 3 years of veterinary school, college instead of 4. So.
Well, since you're employed in a rural community, what attracted you to this area?
Well, I think a lot of it was, we're both from out of the area. I'm from Chicago area, John's from New Jersey, and we needed somewhere. We had been in vacations and camping, and we enjoy outdoor sports life type stuff, and Pennsylvania was always something that we had looked into. Most of the time when we had originally looked for jobs, we looked in southeastern Pennsylvania around the Lancaster and Reading area, but the jobs were open here, so we ended up here.
And we've enjoyed it immensely. I think having an urban background kind of pushed us into a rural background. In some cases, I think it worked the other way. In some instances where people who grew up in small towns all their life kind of look for the excitement of the big city, but we're here to tell you it ain't so exciting. I think just growing up in the city, we looked for something different. And we enjoyed country and small town atmosphere, and we've been pretty happy with it.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of living in this area?
Well, let's see. Advantages, definite advantages. The biggest advantages are the people. People are very friendly, very warm, and very accepting of us, and we find that to be the most pleasurable or most attractive part of living here. Outdoor life is really wonderful. We like to cross-country ski, and we camp quite a bit, and it makes it nice and easy, and we enjoy that part of it. Disadvantages, probably the classic things, difficulty finding, movies in theaters and shopping, and I can't say things to do because we seem like we're always busy, but the classic things that you find in the city are not really as readily available here.
The art.
That sort of
and
thing.
things like that. And I think a lot of times, too, disadvantages of school systems. If you go to school in a big city, you're going to have the advantages of more things that the school can do financially, and also with, I would imagine, hiring teachers and all, and the quality of their education seems to be a little bit different.
I think just mainly because there's more obviously more money available in the bigger towns and the bigger cities, and they can do more than some of the smaller towns. But since our only daughter's 7 months old, we really don't have too much direct contact with that area right now.
Okay, what benefits do you feel your occupation contributes to the community?
I think there's definite benefits as far as people have pets, and they've done a lot of studies with what they call a companion animal bond, being that pets, not only dogs and cats, but guinea pigs, lizards, snakes, horses, or otherwise, provide something much more than just a four-legged creature that walks around your house. It's emotional as well. And I think as far as that kind of a bonding, if you want to call it that, to a pet, it's much more like a family member. And if a family member gets sick, they have to have a place that we can, to deal with that. And as far as farm work, there's obviously benefits. That's a business for most of the community, being that it's a rural community. Dairy cattle and sheep, pigs, not too many pigs, but mostly dairy cattle, they're going to need health services as well.
That's mainly what my area of focus here is mostly doing large animal work, which includes 90% dairy. And what I like to get involved with mainly is it's an economic situation. It's not like you spoke of bonding with small animals. It's not really that situation when you're dealing with cattle. It's a business to people. It's a livelihood, and especially in this area. And what I would like to enjoy doing more than anything is trying to make farms more productive and more efficient, health-wise and production-wise. That's really where I fit in. So I think I'm of a benefit in that way.
What do you like best and least about your job?
Best, I like the people and the animals. I mean, it's always a lot of fun to get cuddle little puppies and cute little kitties and that kind of stuff. But it's a challenge as well. It allows you to use your mind. Sort of like a puzzle. They can't talk, so you have to figure out what's going on. And again, because it's this kind of a companion animal bond thing, when the animal's sick, and if hopefully they do, the majority of them do get better, or at least we find out what's wrong. If we can't fix it, at least the people are more grateful to something like that.
Yeah, it is a challenge. That's probably the most rewarding thing. Pulling calves, especially when you get a live, healthy one, that's always rewarding. I find that most rewarding. And down cows, that just gives you a feeling that you accomplished something. A cow that's down, that you can get her up and get her eating again. Probably the biggest disadvantage, and that's probably the easy part, is hours. Time gets to be a problem, especially with a family. For a single person, it's not a big problem because you've got time and it's something new, and the hours aren't a problem. But when you're starting to develop a family, it's difficult to pull yourself out of bed or away from the house at 7 or 8 o'clock at night or early in the morning. That's probably the biggest drawback. Not being able to go places, visit family. Both our families are far away, New Jersey and Chicago areas, and it's difficult to find the time to see them as much as we'd like. So that's probably the biggest disadvantage.
What advice would you give someone who might be interested in pursuing a career like yours?
Somebody's got to be able to work hard. It's not an easy haul. If you put your mind to it and you really, truly, honestly, inside yourself want to do it, no matter who you are, you can do it. Everybody says you have to be smart. Well, that's not true. You just have to be persevering. You really have to want to do it. And in this day and age, there's a lot of talk of overpopulation of veterinarians. In other words, too many veterinarians for the country, not enough work to supply it all. And if that happens, it's going to get worse and not better. And if somebody is just now starting to think about that, especially from the high school level, you've got a long haul and possibly not the opportunities available when you get out that we had, say, 5 or 10 years ago.
There's a lot of school involved. You have to figure on the average 4 years of high school, 4 years of college, and 4 years of veterinary school. So that's 12 years of schooling. There's a lot of studying. That's the big thing. If you want to get accepted to veterinary school, you've got to spend the time and you've got to get grades. But you can do it if you put your mind to it. But the key is wanting to do it, being sure that you want to do it. And my biggest advice would be for someone who's considering it is to spend the time in a veterinary clinic, riding around with veterinarians and spending the time and being sure that's what you want to do. And once you make that decision, then go for it. Find out what it takes to get accepted at the schools that you're interested in and do it. So let's do it. Do it.
Okay, well, thank you very much for meeting with us.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Hi, I'm Jeff Wynn. I'm Eric Kling. Today we'll show you how to run the print shop. First, you decide on what you're going to make. Fine, in this case. And you press return. It's printing. Then you make a choice. You can design of your own or choose from another disc. In this case, we're going to design our own. Then you choose a border. You can run down through the selections and notice the edge shows you what they are. And then you can choose how you want the graphic done. And then you can run through the list of the ones to do. And then you can choose the size of the graphic. And then you can select its layout. Then you use the arrows and press, and you can choose any position for the graphics you like. And then you get to choose your writing. And then you type your message. And then you choose if the center text will be top to bottom. And then you get to choose the colors. You have a variety of colors to choose from. And then you make sure if the printer ready. Is the printer ready? Yes. Okay. And then you go down through and choose what you want to do and press return. And the machine will print. Takes it a little bit of time to print. And then once you've done all that, you have the final product with whatever graphic or design that you have chosen, and then you just shut down the computer. This is Jeff Wynn signing off for the Internet Show, and we'll see you next month on the Computer Corner.
Tonight's comedy factor is a substitute teacher.
Good day, class. My name is Mr. QT. And this is crochet 101. Today we're going to learn about the half knot. It looks like this. All right. because Mr. Cutie is a substitute teacher, doesn't mean we have to teach him like one. He fainted right on the floor, just like that. He fainted out of the blue. He does this all the time.
Yes, we gotta get him to the nurse. He dies within 30 seconds if we don't get him to the nurse.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. He's around. No, look, stop, man. Come on. We'll be right back.
Get back in your seats.
Oh, Mr. Beauty.
Get back in your seats.
Oh, Mr. Beauty.
Hey, if he dies, Mr. Beauty.
Oh, God, Mr. Beauty.
Put your hand in.
What?
Put it out!
All right.
Man, I'm not scared. You think you're all high and what to do. Who do you think you are? You ain't scaring us like this, man. Oh, my God. Oh, Mr. Beauty. Oh, man, don't kill me.
Mr. Beauty, is this done right?
It's not done right, you little weasel. How dare you? How dare you? What is that?
Darwin's theory of evolution.
What? This dribble? This is crochet 101. I don't want you reading trash like that in here. Now, since you've all been so well behaved, I'll give you a study hall for the last 30 seconds of the period. Oh, man. What do you have to say to that? Thank you. Yes.
Hi, I'm Denise Krakowski, and I'm interviewing Dr. Husband and Dr. Krakowski. How long have you held your current position?
Presently in Canton for 11 years.
I've been here about 3.5 years.
How did you become interested in this field?
Well, after I graduated college, I went to work for the U.S. Public Health Service and became interested in medicine, and then went back to school for further education and entered medical school. Originally, I was going to be a teacher.
My turn?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I've been interested in medicine since I was in college. I was interested in chemistry and biology in college, and that's how I got interested in medicine. I thought it was a good way to come back and live and work in the area that I grew up in and contribute to the area.
What training, experience, and education was necessary, and where was it obtained?
Education, of course, consists with college years, 4 years of college, which my background is from New Jersey, and I obtained my degree from St. Peter's College in Jersey City. I also did graduate work at the Northeast Missouri State University in Missouri, and also I received my medical degree, the Doctor of Osteopathic degree from Kirksville College of Osteopathic Medicine in Kirksville, Missouri.
Okay. My training included graduating from Troy High School here, and even though we lost to Canton when I was no, not Rotary. Then I went on to college at Susquehanna University in Selinsgrove, where I got a bachelor's degree in chemistry. And after that, I worked a year as a chemist in research. And following that, I began medical school at Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine and graduated from there with the same degree that Dr. Krakowski has, a Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine.
Since you are employed in a rural community, what attracted you to this area?
Well, when I was doing my training in Missouri, I grew to like a rural area. You know, I'm originally from the city, and Kirksville, Missouri is situated in the northeast corner of Missouri, and it is a rural area. I worked in small towns, and that's why I chose to work in a small area, rural area.
In my case, I grew up in a rural area in Troy, and felt comfortable living in that area and thought that was a good place to work and bring my own family up. So that's why I decided to go into practice in a rural area.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of living here?
The advantages of living in a rural area is that you have less congestion, people know you, they appear to be friendlier, and the disadvantages, as far as I can see, are that you do have to travel to go to, say the movies, for instance, or to an area that has a few more cultural events. Otherwise, you do have a lot more advantages, I think, than disadvantages.
Okay, I agree wholeheartedly with Dr. Kurkowski. I think there are many advantages to living in working in a rural area. I think the schools are a particular advantage, and think that it's a good environment for kids to grow up and get their education in. I also think that it is more difficult, like Dr. Kurkowski said, for cultural things like going to the movies or going out to dinner, or there aren't as many social organizations to belong to, so to speak. But I also agree that the advantages far outweigh the disadvantages.
What benefits do you feel your occupation contributes to the community?
I feel that being in the health profession, one is able to help people with their ills and with their prevention of diseases, especially in a community, a small community, when you know people and you're able to, I feel, see them in all settings, in the office, out in town, or even at a football game. I think that all these contribute to helping people.
What was the question? Oh, okay. What do we feel contribute to the community? I agree with Dr. Kurkowski. We contribute a lot to the health care and maintenance of all the people in the community. As he said, preventative medicine is very important today, and to practice that, you have to, as he said, see and understand people in the setting that they live in and what influences their life, and that, basically.
What do you like best and least about your job?
Well, the best that I like about being a doctor is that you are able to help people and have the satisfaction of seeing them becoming well. The least I like about the job is when they don't become well, and if there's something more serious involved and they need to be referred to further care. But also the longer hours, which would be another aspect of this. But overall, you must like your job, especially to become a doctor. And I feel that there are a lot of good things that we can accomplish here.
And the things I like best about it are what we touched on before, getting to know people real well in a small community, and as Dr. Kurkowski said, helping them over their ills and helping them maintain and improve their health and their lifestyle. And things I don't like about it are, as he's already said, the long hours, the phone calls in the middle of the night that we sometimes get. But most of the time that's bearable, so to speak. Again, I think there are a lot the things that we like best outweigh the things that bother us, so to speak.
What advice would you give someone who might be interested in pursuing a profession like yours?
Well, if they're sincerely interested in becoming a doctor or other health professional, then I feel that I would encourage them. But also have them keep in mind that they are in for a long period of time of study, and they will have some of the instead of having vacation, they will be working. And becoming a doctor or other health professional does take time, and it's an ongoing process of education. So I would encourage them.
If somebody in this day and age wants to become a physician, I would advise them to give it real serious thought. I think it takes a tremendous amount of sacrifice, both in school. You have to study longer and harder than some of your friends may have to. You, as he said, you sometimes have to give up your time to maintain your grades and to maintain your class standing, so to speak. It's a very competitive thing, and it's fairly difficult to get into. My advice to anybody is to keep their nose to the grindstone, so to speak, if they're really interested in it, and try to speak to some people in the field, like ourselves or any other health professional people, to get an idea about what they're getting into, what life they're looking at, what lifestyle they're going to be looking at for the rest of their life, and make an informed decision before they really jump into it.
That's a long time.
We now have a clip of the District 4 Championship game as seen through the eyes of Channel 16.
The District 4 Class A Championship was played today between 2nd-ranked Montgomery and 7th-ranked Canton. Sports Watch 16's Tom Tidy has the game story.
The Canton Warriors didn't waste any time when they got the ball in the first quarter. On their opening possession, Sean Timeson finds Larry Boyer on the screen pass. Boyer makes some nifty moves, gets to the outside, and goes 40 yards for the score. The PAT was missed as Canton led 7-0 over Montgomery after 1. Canton didn't even run an offensive play in the second quarter before they were on the board again. Larry Boyer, the first half hero, takes the punt on the 20, finds the opening and heads down the sideline for his second touchdown. This one an 80-yarder as he outraces the Red Raider defense to give Canton a 12-0 halftime lead. Montgomery showed a lot of poise to start the third quarter as they moved down the field and capped off an 8-play drive with a 6-yard touchdown pass from Mike Sherman to cut Canton's lead to 12-7 after 3. But that's the closest they would get as Canton scored 3 times in the final quarter. The first score came on this 12-yarder from Timeson to Stacy Brackman. The Warriors added 2 more touchdowns on the ground to capture the title with a 34-7 win over Montgomery. First perfect season, 11-0. How do you feel after winning the District 4 Championship?
Terrific. I'm in tears. This is great. Great.
With the win, the Canton Warriors finishes a year of firsts. Their first District 4 championship and their first perfect season, winding up 11-0.
This month's issue of Interact. I'm Eric Trice, and this is Rich Packard. We have been in Orlando, Florida since September 9th in the nuclear-powered field. We're electricians' maids.
Tongue-tied this morning?
Yes, tongue-tied. Well, what can I say?
That's just because we're getting up later than what we normally do. That's why.
True. 5 o'clock in the morning. 5 o'clock in the morning, you know, it's just not...
You also forgot Heroid.
Oh, yes. This is Heroid.
We've been home since, the 19th of December, and we have to go back on the 2nd of January, and for some reason, unmistakably, we just happened to fall into the closet again. I just don't know what it is. Maybe you can tell me.
Yeah, I had to come visit Heroid again. That's
it. We had to come see Heroid.
That's, you know, I just couldn't resist. That's
our old buddy. We couldn't resist.
That's right.
And we got down. See, we get down here and he even steals our hat. I mean, you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, anyway. Like I said, we've been down to Orlando since September 9th. We've been in nuclear power day school, and we're going through that for 15 weeks. We're electricians' mates, and we're about in our 5th week of it now. And we have 2 weeks leave, so when we go back, we should have
11 weeks.
11 weeks left. 11 weeks left. Now, after we get through with that, we'll have somewhat of a break, I guess, before we class up for our next school, and then we'll go to nuclear power school. Now, somewhere between those 2 schools, we hope to come home again for a couple weeks or 2 weeks. Now, like I said, we'll be going through the nuclear power school for 25 weeks after that. And then in next September or October, we hope to be going up to New York State for prototype.
Where we work on a normal reactor plant itself, a nuclear reactor plant. We work, usually they have you work 6 days a week for 5 weeks, and then you have a week off. which would be good because maybe we might get drawn back down here and for some reason end up in the closet. Maybe we can
Visit Hero again.
Maybe we can get Hero to go out with us.
That's true. You know.
Maybe we can get him to go outside someplace, run around.
Anyway, we'd just like to say, if anybody was interested in, in the nuclear field, we say, well, it's a lot of work. If you're looking for a challenge, well, any branch of the military is actually a challenge, but this one, I believe, it challenges your brain a lot. I'll tell you that. We're putting in about 18-hour days every day, every weekday.
This school is also rated by Time Magazine as the second hardest in the nation for any school.
And probably the first in the speed that they
in the way that they give it to you, the speed that they give it to you, it is quite hard. And if that's any public or private school, any college or military,
right,
that's where that was rated.
So like I just say, it's a big challenge. If you're looking for something that take up, if you're looking for a good job, I mean, it's a lot of good experience. And when you do, when you get out, well, you'll definitely have a good job someplace because, like I say, anybody will hire you after coming out of this program. But it's just it takes a lot of work getting through it. But if you can do it, I know we can do it. But just got to put our minds to it. But other than that, why I just say, good luck. Anything else you'd like to add?
Nothing other than we'll see you when we get back.
That's right. We'll be back about, 3, 4, 5 months, somewhere around in there?
Somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there, anyway. Hope to see you when we get back.
Good luck.
The next segment will be of Jenny Groover at the State Dairy Princess.
Tioga County.
Good evening. My name is Jenny Groover, and I'm proud to introduce to you tonight my parents, Mr. and Mrs. Charles A. Groover from Canton, Pennsylvania.
Jenny has a variety of interests, but the part she likes the most is working with little kids. There's something about little kids that appeals to her. Jenny has studied several foreign languages, so we had a long conversation in French during the interview. She wants to go to Penn State University, which seems to be very popular these days. I didn't hear how they made out today. Will somebody please tell me before the evening is over? Tioga County's Jenny Gruber. Our first presenter is going to be Jenny Gruber from Tioga County.
Hello. Is this the other guy's employment agency? Good. Then I'm at the right place. I thought for sure I'd miss it and be lost out there forever wandering around in that hot sun. It just isn't good for me. And what? Why am I here? Oh yes, of course. I'm here to answer your ad in the paper. You know, wanted, someone with good taste, a wide variety of experience, and willing to work with people of all ages. Must be creative. Well, here I am. Where do I sign? Questions? What sort of questions? Oh yeah, I'm so silly. My name is C.O. Miller, as in carve of. I live at 121 Moocow Lane, Supermarket, Pennsylvania. I have very good taste, and I'm ready to get to work. So if you'll just show me where to sign. Qualifications? Let me think. I'm important to people of all ages. Children should have at least 3 servings of me a day to help build strong teeth and bones, and form good eating habits that will be used in the future. Teens depend on me to keep bones strong and healthy during periods of rapid growth, especially teenage girls, for a great complexion, and to help develop a strong skeleton now, so that in future years, chances of osteoporosis will be lessened. Children and teens are not the only ones who need me though. Adults your age need me too. No disrespect intended, sir. But as you grow older, your bones slowly lose their supply of calcium, and this can cause osteoporosis. What is osteoporosis? Osteoporosis
is a painful condition of too little bone mass, causing bones to become brittle and weak. This can be a big problem for older people, especially older women. I also hear there's some pretty nasty rumors going on about me being fattening and all, but this just isn't so. I'm 96% fat-free and supply vitamins A, E, K, and I'm fortified with vitamin D. Vitamin A helps you sleep better at night, and my supply of lactose and vitamin D help your body absorb the calcium it needs. I have 5 very important nutrients, which are calcium, sodium, potassium, magnesium, and phosphorus. All these factors make me ideal for those people who want to lose weight, but know they can't afford to lose these needed nutrients. What? What's this? This is the real seal. This is my proof that I am the original, authentic dairy product produced in the United States. I hope these qualifications are satisfactory, sir, because I'd really like the job. You want experience, too? Ah, shucks. That's no problem. I have literally tons of experience, such as becoming cheese, yogurt, butter, not margarine, remind you, ice cream, cottage cheese, sour cream, and much, much more. Mother taught me all about that before she went to that big dairy bar in the sky. I just know you won't be disappointed if you hire me, sir. Otherwise, you would have to employ a dozen eggs, 3 cups of peanuts, 12 tomatoes, 29 apples, 2.5 cups of cooked broccoli, 16 slices of white toast, or drink 100 cups of coffee a day to equal the amount of calcium found in only 1 glass of meat. I got the job? A special assignment? Holy cow! You want me to be the all-American drink? Am I interested? Yes, of course. When can I start? Tomorrow? That's great. I'll be here first thing in the morning. Thanks, boss.
Jenny Groover. Those are the awards for the presentations as well as the scrapbooks. And we now have the presentation of the Miss Congenial Award. These decisions were made by the young ladies themselves, so they have selected this winner from among them. That in itself should certainly give reason to be treasured. The Miss Congeniality Award this year goes to Tioga County's Jenny Groover.
The credits for tonight's show include opening animation by Bill Rusk, an interview with Dr. Elise Sirabasi and Dr. John Sirabasi, cameraman Mike Mockmer, Computer Corner, Eric Kling and Jeff Wynn, camera work done by Danielle Krause, The Comedy Factor, John Bellows, Rob Landon, Tim Oliver, Shane Wilcox, Philip Pidco, Jeff Wynn, Jim Williams, Eric Kling, Mike Marbaker, Don Isaacs, Heather Krim, and Danielle Krause. The interview with Dr. Krakowski and Dr. Husband was done by Denise Krakowski with camera work by Mike Mockmer. Channel 16 gave us their report on the CHS football team, and Allison Roop also helped us with this. Interact alumni Rich Packard and Eric Kreis came courtesy of the United States Navy. The Jenny Groover tape was courtesy of Jenny and the State Dairy Princess contest. The closing animation for this was done by Bill Rusk, and we want you to stay tuned after this is over with for a special music video produced by the American Cancer Society and the National Dental Health Association. Since February is National Dental Health Month, we feel this is a very important message for everyone on smokeless tobacco. Stay tuned, please.
Avenue, and then we take it higher. Oh, we gonna rock down to Electric Avenue, and then we take it higher. Who is to blame in what country?
Don't chew it.
Don't do it.
Don't dip it.
Don't risk it.
Don't chew it.
Don't do it. Don't dip it. Don't risk it. Don't chew it. Don't do it. Don't dip it. Don't risk it. Don't chew it. Don't do it. Don't dip it. Don't risk it.
Hey! I'm gonna do what I want. Not gonna let no one tell me how to live my life. They did then, they won't now. I'm sick of being told how to dress and how to act. Sick of being told
you can't do this. You can't do that. You can't do this. You can't do that.
it seems no matter what I do, there's always something that'll tell me that's no good for you.
You'll be sorry, aren't you scared?
Now I'm gonna do whatever pleases me, as long as it don't hurt no one. They gotta let me be.
So here it is, right in this pouch, something I can do. It won't hurt me or no one else. My own personal chew. I sling a dip, I pop it in, just like the pros I see. The players, the ones who dip and chew on national TV.
Madness all cool to all the world, acting like they don't care.
They don't care.
With this a chew and dip back in their teeth,
And spit hanging on their lip.
Hey, Tommy, what's that stuff hanging on your lip? Dude, it is too gross.
And the babes love it.
Check it out.
When I first saw Tommy, he came strutting by, looking oh so cool.
She fell in love with that guy.
With his jeans so blue and his shades so black, I knew he was the one.
He was bad.
It was the way he talked back to the teachers, to his parents. He could take a stand. Tommy talked back, and the guys all gave a hand.
Please, no applause, just sing chew.
I even loved his tin of snuff.
She even fell for that.
That ring on his blue jeans.
He was so tough.
With his bad attitude, he was so cool, you see. Oh, we started to date. They started to date. I was all, she was all. I was crazy, she was crazy. Ooh, we started to date. He was mine. I was amazed and everything was fine until that tragic first kiss.
That shoe was cool in his jeans, not hanging on his lips.
Tommy there acts as if he's discovered the chew. Like he's the first to dip some snuff, keeps singing that tune. But what I've seen where I come from, folks learn how to spit with the rising of the sun. Before I reached the age of 3, I could spit further and you could see. Hey, check it out, Mac. You're just a hick from the sticks. Yeah, Tom, check it out. You want to cop some chaw? Then let me teach you the real way we spit that chew down our way.
Hey, Tommy, check it out. How about me? Can I try some too? I want to learn to spit and pop and chew.
Sure, Jeff, come on along. Just don't tell, especially Mom.
Oh, Tommy, Matt.
You better stop that chewing and dipping. It's gonna hurt you, that's a fact.
Get off my case. Get off my back.
Yeah, off me too.
There's nothing wrong with what we do. The jocks chew it, the pros, the stars.
They're no dummies.
So don't think we are.
Don't you know that advertising pays them a big buck? They don't care if you get hooked. To them, that's your hard luck. You're gonna find that you've got holes in your mouth. Or maybe worse than that.
You girls are nuts. You've got holes in your head. Yeah, you want to borrow my hat? The best of the pros pop in there chew to be the best. That's what I've got to do. I'll keep this stuff inside my mouth, a pinch between my gums and cheek and just a little hanging out.
So what if I can get mouth cancer? And anyway, I'm not addicted to this stuff. Some time went by and the guys just kept chewing and dipping.
Dipping and chewing. They even heard about that teen track star who got mouth cancer and died.
All the news shows covered the case. There were some pretty horrible pictures of that guy right before he died. I guess chewing tobacco didn't make him a better athlete.
The heat was on from the PTA.
Yeah, the PTA, parents, teachers, and athletic directors.
The facts were out. The risks were high.
The boys were shocked.
But even still, they denied. Well, if you're gonna get cancer sooner or later from something, you might as well have some fun until then, don't you think?
That kid died because he was addicted. Not me. If I wanted to quit, I know I could kick it.
Hey, can I cop a chew, Matt?
Hey, you guys, did you see that show? About the guy who kicked from too much quid?
Not bad, huh? For being just 19. He's famous now. He may be dead, but he was on national TV.
Yeah, Matt, I don't know. I've been thinking I might slow up. That sore in my gum's pretty bad. Maybe I ought to stop. Just for a while, you know, just for a while. Maybe 1 tin a week till the skin grows back.
You think a little thing like that'd stop a real man from copping a chew or dipping some snuff?
Yeah, a real man would stop if he wanted to. Whatever happened to, I'm gonna do what I wanna do.
Hey, I've stopped before and you know it.
Yeah, you went one whole day without a chew. You can't stop. You just won't admit it.
Well, maybe we like it because it's still one thing a guy can do that a girl can't.
Oh, hang it up, boy. We know girls who chew and dip, and they can spit just like a dude, too.
Oh, what a turnoff.
Oh, a real turnoff, huh? Well, hey, Shelley, they ought to know.
Hey! I'm gonna do what I want. Not gonna let no one tell me how to live my life. They did then, they won't now. I'm sick of being told how to dress and how to act. Sick of being told
you can't do this, you can't do that.
I sling a dip, I pop it in, just like the pros I see. The players. The ones who dip and chew on national TV.
Madness all through to all the world, acting like they don't care. They don't care. With this chewing dip back in their cheek
and spit hanging on their lip.
Yeah, that's the way to make it big. Claim our fame sucking on a quid.
Famous on the news. How about the other part? For a healthy life, it's still the tubes. Chewing just the way to start. Talking goodbye to friends. Loaded gum sores. Goodbye to smiles and much more bad breath. Same teeth, you'll get it to say goodbye to your friends. So goodbye to your smile. Then goodbye to your friends. Goodbye to your gums. Could be a law to the end.
Don't chew it. Don't do it. Don't dip it. Why risk it?
So don't listen to them if that's how you feel. Ask yourself how much of this is real. Is it worth the risk you see on the screen? Good life, good health, you know what we mean. One last thing we'd like to suggest. If you dipping or chewing, keep an eye on the risk. Check your teeth, check your mouth. Please let your dentist really check it out.
So it won't be you checking out.